My name is Jed Long, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Geography and Environment at Western University. My research involves developing and applying GIS-based methods, so GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems, to study patterns of movement by both people and animals. And for me, a great thing about my research is that I study topics that relate to both human and animal movement applications. So for example, sometimes we even care about both, such as studying how outdoor recreation activities impact wildlife. Tracking animals with devices such as GPSs allows us to get a really good picture into their movement behavior. And their movement behavior is really our window into the activities and actions that those animals have when they're out on the landscape. And that allows us to think about how we conserve different parcels of land across the sort of Canadian landscape, but also how we target management strategies to help preserve and keep these populations healthy. A lot of my research focuses on developing new methods and ideas for testing theories about human and animal movement behavior. For example, we believe that some animals can use the Earth's magnetic field to help them migrate. In the past, scientists have developed all sorts of lab and field-based experiments to test these theories, but our work is the first to use detailed and accurate geomagnetic data from satellites and combine this with birds tracked using GPS devices to start to test some of these theories. In our department, we have lots of scientists and colleagues who are working on urban development and urban planning type research. And my work studying human movement patterns allows us to get a window into sort of human behavior and how different characteristics of the urban fabric and environment are related to movement behavior and patterns. And because humans have very complex movement behaviors, we want to know how they're moving from, their activities in their home and their work environment. So movement data, the type of data that I study, allows us to get information on those activities. So recently, my team and I looked at how movement and travel patterns have changed during the COVID-19 pandemic here in Ontario. We showed that people from wealthier neighborhoods were able to reduce their mobility much more than those in lower income areas, which is probably related to the types of jobs and activities people were involved in. The other thing we have studied was how government restrictions to limit the spread of COVID that were targeted to specific regions like Toronto and Peel altered movement patterns. Media reports suggested that these local restrictions led to people from the Toronto area traveling to other regions to access services and activities like getting a haircut. But we found that overall, these policies did not lead to increased movement out of these regions. And this is a really neat finding because it supports the use of such regionally targeted policies and health measures.